Now to the match between Collingwood and North Melbourne, 5th and 6th on the ladder. In the last 2 weeks since the wet arrived, Collingwood had won both their matches and North had had a 1-1 result. But this match was a dry match because Victoria Park, which had had a rest for quite a while, was in the best condition of any of the league grounds. We're going to take a look at some of the highlights from the first half, and the commentators at Victoria Park, Peter Landy, Peter McKenna and Don Scott.
And bounce out of the 60s with just about every player around the ball. Kicked away by Martin. Doesn't kick it very far. Matthew Larkin gets it in turn out towards Bryce. Up towards the left forward pocket. Oh, that's a great mark dragged in by Cracker. It's Phil Cracker. Tremendous grab, Peter.
That was a magnificent mark.
Now, directly in front of goal. If he can get some firm footing there with the unique Cracker kicking style, he should be okay.
And he is. Two champions, Peter Dacos and Matthew Larkin, both picking up one another, or Larkin the job on Dacos.
I guess Dacos a chance for the Brownlow now in view of recent events. This is Mullane again. It's a very high kick. It'll land round about 45 metres out from goal. Thumped away by McCarthy, who's having a great year. Socked away by Mullane again. Almost into the 10-metre square. Brown off the ground. Looks pretty good. Goal umpire says full points. That's a high bomb. I don't know whether the end result. No, Barwick missed the mark. So North Melbourne off the hook there, actually, because it wasn't the best delivered kick of all time. Kick by Smith, who's been taken down there by Mick McGuan. McGuan, short of left half forward. Target is Manson at the back. Couldn't grab it. Alexander, snapshot, will go pretty close. Almost drops on the line, but it clears it by a metre for 4 points.
He's 60 metres out. Brings it towards half forward. Tuddenham and Tony Shaw. Tony Shaw chips in front and takes a good solid mark 35 metres out from goal.
I think on today's like today, I'd be inclined to go for the torpedo punt when trying for distance.
Tony Shaw from directly in front has popped it through for a goal.
By Bayliss. Ramiro dives on top of it through the arms of Renstead. Tuddenham 55 metres out, won't get the distance. Bayliss marks about 30 metres out. But the fact that other players have been brought into the attack to kick goals. Bayliss is one of them. Should get the distance from there. He does. The accuracy looks good. It's a goal. Collingwood's fourth.
Ben Buckley. Lovely looking kick. They are kicking the end favoured by the breeze, but they're not playing well. Brown to McGuan. McGuan, the long driving kick. He's put it through. A great goal by Mick McGuan. And little things like that can spark a side off. Punched away by Kelly, doing a good job at halfback. Now he's lost it. Oh, the North players looked at each other again. Phil Cracker to Larkin. They need him firing. Larkin's gone short. Fairley will centre it. Here's a chance for McCarthy at the back. Flies off. Brilliant mark, McCarthy.
You summed it up. That was a brilliant mark.
Very talented player, this man, John McCarthy. They need this. He kicks and he goals for North.
In the second term. Over the top, Bryce. Larkin looks for Phil Cracker. Will he give it to Tudor? Is this going to be the young man's first goal in senior football? It's not a bad sort of a kick. And it is.
Collingwood lead. North Melbourne all of a sudden have lifted their game. They're playing better. Larkin's come right into it. Oh, that could be a free kick on Gavin Brown. No, holding the ball. I thought that might have been in the back.
So did I.
Larkin from the centre. He's really coming good, and that's made a big difference to North. Here's McCarthy. Oh! Another great mark. Oh, what a leap on. McCarthy from 45 metres directly in front. Oh, he's put it through. They're back in business, North.
McCarthy's kicked a couple of goals, certainly. Jimmy Cracker, good hip and shoulder, put him out of business. Kerrison, short kick. Into his brother Phil Cracker. That's not a bad sort of a kick from Phil. I think it's his second goal. It is.
Collingwood led by 21 points at quarter time, but North hit back in the second quarter and the margin just 6 points at the long break. We pick up the action in the third quarter. There's been no addition to the score.
Paul Hawke at halfback, a vital quarter of football coming up. This quarter could even decide the whole final five for the year. Martin, geez, battled hard in defence. His rightful position in that second quarter. Kicked off the ground, straight to Kickett. He copped one high. Derek Kickett beautifully out to Ross Smith. Over to Cracker. This is Phil Cracker. Oh, good skills. Gets his boot the ball. And the mark has been taken by McGuan. McGuan wide to Barwick. Barwick, oh, why did he handball that one? It was meant for Krasiska. Off the ground, John Law and Barwick. Charge at the ball. This is Banks at half forward. Back to Dacos. Oh, great effort by Dacos to get away. Up towards half forward. Chance now for Paul Tuddenham against Longmire. Dacos is there also. It's tapped away straight to Longmire. The dangerous Dacos in after it. And the umpire said he was tripped.
He was legged on that occasion. Longmire should have gone to the boundary line. Just got a fist of the ball. I know he's attempting to do it, but he should have made a better effort and got it over the boundary line.
Well, Dacos wants to short pass this. Now he's going for the torpedo punt. Oh, look at that kick. A goal.
Well, that is the value of the old torpedo punt. When you're distance from goal, you go with it. It always covers the distance better than the drop punt. And on a day like today, when the ball is a little bit slippery, you can get onto them. And here's the infringement. Leg there. And this is the kick. A nice kick. Poetry in motion. And it's a nice feeling when they come off the torpedo punt.
Back into the centre. Goal to Dacos. Schwass out of the centre for North Melbourne. Collingwood again with some breathing space after that goal by number 35 for Collingwood, Peter Dacos. This is Banks, though. There hasn't been too much today. Krasiska over to Paul Hawke, 35 metres out. Excellent smother by Ackley. But Collingwood still with the numbers. Mullane gets the hand pass to Tuddenham. Point blank range and goals.
They ran that well down the ground then, Collingwood. I thought the first one should have gone across to Krasiska. I think the player at fault there was Banks. Krasiska had run on and then he finally got it across to Krasiska. And then Krasiska over to Hawke, and what a great smother there by Ackley. But then they set it up again. Tuddenham running outside Mullane. Had the option of Bayliss in the centre, but in the square. But from point blank range, Paul Tuddenham, his first goal after kicking 2 points.
11 possessions to Tuddenham, his first goal. The only Collingwood player with 2 goals is Peter Dacos, and he kicked the one before Paul Tuddenham. The lead now enjoyed by the Magpies is 18 points after it was 6 points at half-time.
Another new ball out there as the ball was kicked out of the ground. The main scoreboard end. 8-11 played, 6-5. A vital few minutes coming up. That was a lovely goal to Collingwood. Good teamwork down the ground. How will the umpire view this one? I think he'll bounce it. No, play on as Muckhurst tries to get it out of the centre. Kickett is in after it. Siska. Renstead off the ground, kicks it straight to Martin, and the umpire has, yes, he's paid the mark. I didn't think
actually, no, interesting. One umpire said play on, the other one paid the mark.
Exactly, Don.
Well, I was looking at the right umpire and I thought he hasn't paid it, but the other one paid it. So, well, it's a mark anyway to Martin. Martin to centre wing. Fisted away, down the ground it goes. Renstead's there, tries to tap it on. God, great play, Derek Kickett. Beautiful football, Kickett. Quick kick down towards the pocket. The series had a bad day. Tony Shaw's well on top there. Back it comes to centre wing. The loose ball is with Kerrison, tackled by Cracker. A quick kick back to Larkin, who had a great second quarter. Larkin's gone wide. He's found David Dwyer. The short one is on Kickett, a diving attempt, but a poor pass by Dwyer. That allows Krasiska to come on the right foot and find Dennis Banks. He can't hold on to the mark out on centre wing. And eventually the ball is forced over the line. There's Dennis Banks. Been around a long time. Lee Matthews would be very happy with his first few minutes of play in the third quarter. Monkhurst. Now, is that a free kick? Yes, against Monkhurst. It's going the way of Paul Bryce. Bryce from centre wing. Brings it across the ground, fairly up in front. Lost it. McCarthy's now is up on that half-forward line. Kicked away by Kerrison. Danger for North Melbourne, but Martin will lead in the race for it. He's lost it, though. To Tuddenham. Tuddenham to Mullane. Mullane short. Good play to Bayliss. Yes, good play by the Magpies. You can't afford to fumble in modern-day football, Don.
Just looking at Bayliss then, Peter, he's not a big player, but whether he's starting in front and giving the impression of being quick, but he certainly has led Longmire to quite a few balls. And today he's leading very quickly.
Mark Bayliss has already kicked 1 goal. He is only 30 metres out, almost directly in front. And that looks good. It's another one to the Magpies.
These bank robbers don't come in the front door with a mask and a gun. They're the thieves of the electronic age who ripped off $400,000 by opening false accounts, transferring the bank's own funds via computer and withdrawing the cash. It's computer crime on a big scale. This railway station has become a nightmare for women alone in the dark. The victims' descriptions could help you identify their attacker. 21 shows to air, 20 criminals off the street. Australia's Most Wanted, Sunday.
Sorry. You know how it is. It's a bit wet over there. Bit wet over here, too. Let me get some drinks.
No, let me. Waiter, drinks all around.
Well, if we're going to make a party of it, let's nibble Nobby's nuts.
Sorry.
It's the incredible once-a-year sale at IKEA Moorabbin, the incredible furniture store from Sweden. The discounts go up to 50% on thousands of items. Incredible. Only at IKEA Moorabbin, Nepean Highway. Be incredibly quick.
Some people are just too lazy to buckle up in the back seat. Strange, really. Because backseat passengers have snapped their spines and ended up paralyzed for life, been flung forward and caused vicious injuries to front seat passengers, been violently thrown out and suffered horrific facial scarring. Buckle up in the back.
Inspection! It's 5 minutes!
The Sergeant Major's a tough judge of appearance, but his men have an advantage. The new Schick advantage. The handle is ergonomically designed. The micro heads, fixed or pivoting, shaves tight spots easily. One push, it's clean. For a uniformly clean shave.
Haven't we forgotten something?
Get the Schick advantage.
Since it was first released, Magna has toppled traditional ideas about the ideal Australian family car. Now, there is a new range of Magnas with even more style, more comfort, more standard features, more value, and exceptional space and quietness. Other considerations fall before a new Magna, again, in a class of its own.
New Magna from Mitsubishi.
3 goals to Collingwood kicked in this quarter, and that's a pretty good start for the Magpies with the win. Barwick, good tackle by Phil Cracker. Barwick still gets his kick in up to midfield. Jamie Turner in possession. 20-metre hand pass to Dacos. Fires it around Larkin onto Grasiska. Tudor just about catches him. Great tackle by the youngster and gives Smith the opportunity to clear, which he can't. Manson tries to get through. Blocked by Martin again. Ball scooped out to the umpire nearly. Renstead, Hawke, Grasiska, Turner. Actually, it was McGuan. 2 North Melbourne players are there. Martin is on the bottom of the stack-up. Free kick going North Melbourne's way for on the shoulder, and it will be taken by Martin.
Kick it off for North Melbourne, Peter.
I think they'll be back on again in a minute because Ramiro up there is injured.
It's a bit proppy. Martin goes to the outer side. 2 North Melbourne players are there. It comes down to Dwyer and turn on to Ackley. Ackley from the left centre wing. Shocking kick by the veteran defender. Straight to Jamie Turner, who kicks it back beautifully with a spiral punt. Knocked away by Bryce. Kerrison's playing a good game, but he can't get to it. And the ball out of bounds on Collingwood's attacking side of centre wing. The forlorn figure, it would appear, of Derek Kickett. And it looks as though he's about to rejoin his teammates in the fray. Phil Cracker, Jim Cracker it is. And a short pass marked by Fairley in front of Morwood. Fairley from left centre wing. Not much on offer in North Melbourne's attacking zone. Knocked away by McGuan. Back to Morwood. Collingwood have the numbers again. This is Dacos. Back to Monkhurst, who ran into his teammate there. Tuddenham A beautiful slap onto Renstead, who got caught pretty quickly. That was Brown, actually, that got caught. And the ball finally kicked out, but it's going to be a Collingwood free kick. It will be taken by Paul Hawke. Just short of the right half forward flank. Gets around Ben Buckley. Manson at the back. Martin in front. Law, well tackled, and drops the ball. North, can they get clear? Don't want any more goals by Collingwood this quarter. Brown, well, marks and plays on quickly, has a snapshot of goal. The ball past Bayliss, and it rolls through from behind. So a good quarter so far by Collingwood, and they've still got just on 16 minutes left in this term to build on their lead. North has the breeze in the final term, 9-12 to 6-5.
Kick it off for North Melbourne, and Ramiro has gone off holding that arm, injured right arm.
Michael Martin has battled very, very hard. Ackley has had a touch of the fumbles at times. Tried hard. Peter German, long kick up towards half forward. Tudor used his body beautifully to allow his teammate Larkin to come through. Back it comes to Tudor onto the left foot. Doesn't travel very far at all. And over the line.
Let's go down to Michael Roberts with some news on the injuries.
Yeah, Jose Ramiro replaced Derek Kickett, and as soon as he ran on, he had the stuffing knocked right out of him and suffering from slight concussion, and he's just nursing himself at the moment.
Morwood at half-back for Collingwood, shuffles it across to Murray Renstead, the former West Coast Eagle. Renstead to half-forward, punched away from Martin. He's on top of Manson there at half-back. John Law trying to tap it on. He's got it. Good play by Law. Quick kick. There's no one there for North, and Krasiska takes the mark. He sees a loose man out wide in Barwick. Phil Cracker. Now, is it a mark? No, the umpire didn't play it. Barwick appealing for the free kick. Players diving on top of it. It's a push in the back to Collingwood. Straight in the middle of the back of Murray Renstead went Ben Buckley. This is Renstead. Collingwood getting on top of the breeze. Renstead, a lovely looking kick. Longmire fist away. Now a chance for Collingwood as it's pushed on to Bayliss. Bayliss wide to Barwick. Barwick at open goal, kicks. And it could be another kick. He missed the goal, but it's going to be another kick to Doug Barwick. And he's trying to remonstrate, and Rowan Saw saying, get back and have your kick. Doug Barwick from 20 metres. Well, no doubt about that. A push right in the centre of the back, so the umpire dead right. So 10 kicks and 5 handballs, Doug Barwick. He's a pretty good player for Fitzroy to just let go. Barwick from 20 metres has popped it through for a goal.
And the runner, would you believe, has gone out to John Longmire. I wondered when he would run out there, because Longmire has given away 2 free kicks, and both have resulted in goals. The first was to Dacos, and this is the second. Rather indiscriminate free kick there, and another goal. And the runner was dispatched immediately from the bench and spoke to the fullback John Longmire, hoping he won't do it again.
Goal to Doug Barwick has made the difference now, 31 points, and it would be hard to see even at this stage North Melbourne getting back into it. They haven't scored in this quarter. Been a pretty poor effort so far. Buckley will need to get a rattle on shortly, as Collingwood still has about half the quarter left with the breeze. In fact, 13 and a half minutes. So North needs some scoring, and quickly. Matthew Larkin, who was the catalyst in the second quarter to get them back into it, has been very quiet. Turner and turn back to Renstead. Renstead, the ball slews off the side of his bird. Oh, great mark by Dennis Banks, a one-hander. Banks at the left centre wing, centering kick. He's got Tuddenham as the target, who takes the mark in front of Martin. Still inside the centre square is Paul Tuddenham. He's gone out wide, right on the 50-metre mark is German. Gets grabbed from behind by Bayliss. Backup support from Mullane. Mullane short, Manson marks and can run in. This will be another one.
Well, there is an onslaught, and the onslaught being inflicted on North Melbourne by Collingwood, and they've got the run on Collingwood. How do you stop a run on? Well, firstly, North Melbourne have just got a man up all over the ground, play between their man and the ball, and they cannot allow these Collingwood fellows to get away. Otherwise, create a diversion. Any type of diversion just to stop this run. Maybe the old-fashioned way at Collingwood was to start a fight.
I'll turn it up.
And you then distract your opponent, and then you start to come back into the game.
37 points now the difference after Manson's goal. And still 12.5 minutes left with the breeze for this quarter for Collingwood. And they're really doing it well. This is Morwood now. Hooks the ball back towards centre wing. Thumped further forward by Buckley for North Melbourne. And Collingwood again at the fall of the ball through Banks, and he nearly puts that out of bounds on the full, but it will be a throw-in on centre wing. North Melbourne still to score in this third term. So whatever Lee Matthews said to his charges at half-time has certainly worked. Obviously long kicking's the order of the day. Possibly a few other things as well. Schwass. Wobbly kick. Only gets as far as Jamie Turner. And Turner's kick back towards centre field. Renstead's had a good third term. Propping in front for North Melbourne is Smith. He didn't come out with the ball. Again, it's a Collingwood ball. Through their skipper, Tony Shaw. Bayless leading out well and marks right on 50. And with the breeze behind him, Peter, you'd know whether he could make it from there.
That was set up by Murray Renstead. Murray Renstead in the centre of the ground, butted up well and got a quick handball across to Tony Shaw, and Shaw picked the gap. It seemed to open up for him. North Melbourne fellows parted. And a great lead by Bayless.
Well, he has led well today. Donny's kick too. Oh, he's off the side of the boot this time. Chance for someone to take a big mark. Manson is there juggling. Here's a chance for Tugden. He's put it through.
I don't know, Jono. Have a look at this. Car's got a whole computer system that actually tells you what's wrong with it. And those backyard boys, I think it's just a question of changing a couple of these, I don't know. Unbelievable.
Yeah, you better look at the distributor cap. Could be cracked. It's probably non-genuine too.
Yeah, doing that.
Commodore's all finished. Have a listen to this.
Love it.
Stan Cash is still reducing stock at Victoria's lowest prices. Here's proof. Microwave with timer and defrost, a ridiculous $199. That's Victoria's lowest price. Simpson Genesis heavy-duty washer, a crazy $545 with $40 guaranteed trade-in. 14-inch black and white TV now only $99. Panamex powerful pan heater with safety cutter, $39.50. Wow, it's unbeatable, but only while stocks last at all Stan Cash stores.
If you want to save cash, come to the great Stan Cash.
That's true.
There are special moments that you wish could happen every day. That tender touch, that winning smile, need more than words can say. And Arnott's chocolate biscuits are the ones they love the best. Tim Tam, caramel crowns, fruit and nut, mint slice and the rest. Yes, Arnott's chocolate biscuits are the ones they love the best.
G'day, Bill. How's it going? Flat out, mate. I've got to get this load out to Tandy stores for their warehouse sale. Warehouse? Is that away? This is going into Tandy stores, so that everyone can get in on the deals. Any good? Up to 60% off regular prices. Yeah? Yeah. Super deals. Stereo gear, equalisers, cassette recorders, radios, toys, phones. Oh, where's the nearest Tandy store? There's one just round the corner.
Tandy's up to 60% off warehouse sale is on now at a Tandy store near you.
I don't smoke. It's the only way to stay ahead of the game.
Winners are winners. Quitters are ahead. Because when you quit, you're ready and fit to let your body do its best. Let your body do its best.
Victorians love football. We invented the game. We've done it before. We'll do it again. It's our claim to fame. No pain, no gain. V-I-C-T-O-R-I-A-V-I-C-T-O-R-Y. Sheila means a victory goal. V-I-C-T-O-R-I-A-V-I-C-T-O-R-Y. Sheila means a victory goal.
A brilliant quarter by Collingwood. They lead by 6-7. So it's going to take a huge effort by North. They need a couple of quick goals. Larkin to Derek Kickett. Oh, he went for that kick. Luck's a fortune. He went for the big torpedo again. And it just fell into the hands of McCarthy.
Good pass, Peter.
Well, he'll claim it in the showers after the game. I bet you they're hoping for some hot showers too. 6 kicks. John McCarthy, he's already kicked 2 goals. And they need 3 or 4 quick goals, North Melbourne, or they might be right out of business. McCarthy, difficult to score goals at that end. Oh, that's a nice looking drop punt. I think he's floated it through for a goal. He has.
Not much reaction from the crowd. John McCarthy's goal. Not too many Collingwood, North Melbourne fans out here, but that's his 3rd goal. John McCarthy playing in that full forward position, and as Peter mentioned, it was an indiscriminate kick, a very hurried kick coming from Derek Kickett. Larkin got the ball out of the centre and going for distance, Larkin hooked the ball. But again, if you're in front, you reap the reward, and he was on that occasion, John McCarthy.
McCarthy's 3rd goal and North Melbourne's 1st score in this 3rd term. McCarthy got 2 of those goals in the 2nd quarter after spectacular marks. And so far in the game, certainly statistically, is their only real forward. Ball up at midfield. Monkhurst, Larkin dispossessed by Renstead. Back to John Law. Kick is well smothered. That was by Dacos himself. Larkin put the body in, but has the ball socket away from him. Out towards left half forward, and Barwick, who kicks it into the pocket for Bayliss. And the grab is just inside the line. But as you can see in that shot, a pretty acute angle. Bayliss has kicked 2. It's the breeze, bring it back, and it brought it back pretty close to a major score, but only a minor one. And 1 behind to the Magpies. With just under 9 minutes left in the term, they've kicked 6 goals this quarter. In fact, 6 goals, 2. To North Melbourne, 1 solitary goal. The North need better things. They wouldn't want too big a deficit going into the last quarter. Barwick has to punch the ball clear, which he does effectively from Larkin. Excellent smother down there from Barwick, who's having a good 3rd term, and so too many of his teammates. So boundary throw in, part of the wettest section of Victoria Park. Tudor over to Schwass. Back to Tudor. The rookie goes goalward, but is very close to out of bounds on the full. Boundary umpire says it is.
Interesting move there. Ackley going off and being replaced by Mark Lyle, the ruckman.
McGuan takes the free kick.
And Bryce has gone to the full back position. Longmire moved from that, and now Bryce is picking up Bayliss and Lyle into the ruck.
Krasiska and then Tudor, the kick getters. As the ball comes up to midfield, it's going to be a Collingwood free kick. I think we're in the back. It'll be taken down there by Gavin Krasiska again. Right on the edge of the square, Krasiska kicks it to the other side of it. No one can take the mark. Knocked further forward by Barwick again. And this is Mullane. Gets around Schwass. Centering kick, tries for Bayliss, couldn't find him. Martin tries to go through with the hand pass. Longmire's hand pass is effective. And North Melbourne through Smith. A long ball up to centre half forward.
Good kick too. Morwood took front position. It's tapped away. Oh, Krasiska ran into a brick wall. He's Ben Buckley trying to get his boot to ball. Umpire calls play on as Renstead comes out of the centre. Gavin Brown to Dacos. Oh, look at the way he shrugged that tackle. Dacos from 50 metres loses his boot as he kicks it. Bayliss the fly, and eventually it's tapped through. The boot nearly went as far as the ball.
Interesting, Bryce now on Bayliss. Bryce in front, whereas Longmire was caught behind all the time, and now Longmire is playing on the smaller Tuddenham, so that'll be an interesting matchup with Ackley off the ground.
Paul Bryce certainly gives 100%. Barwick is the flyer. Loose ball is with Mullane. Can he keep it in play? It's close to the line. He doesn't attempt to do so. We have just under 7 minutes of play left in this 3rd quarter. Derek Kickett off the ground again. Well, his opponent's had a couple of easy marks uncontested. That's why he's off. Manson. Renstead. Monkhurst. Oh, well done by Ross Smith. Over to Larkin. Good use of body. Ramiro boots it off the ground. Straight to Morwood is well on top of Fairley. Gavin Brown Oh, well done. Over to Mullane and a throw. The umpire right on the scene said he scooped that one up. Be a free kick to David Dwyer. Or is it David Dwyer, as Don Scott was telling me at half-time? Centre wing. Mullane. Soccer tactics finds Morwood. Morwood will go inside with a hand pass. Tony Shaw. He's gone wide. Gavin Brown with an open goal. Touches it on the ground. Sprints in. Kicks. And I think he's hooked it slightly and through for a behind. He has. So, Don, if Collingwood had have kicked straight, they really could have sewn up this game by now.
Yes, I don't know whether it's a case. I'm actually pondering then, Peter, whether it's a case of North Melbourne's lack of ability, but gee, they haven't shown any desperation against Carlton last week and also Collingwood today, the way Collingwood are running on in this third quarter.
Bryce has kicked to the half-back line, finds Schwass, in turn Dwyer. Short pass by that player, a little bit too short. Banks fumbles. German. Kerrison thumps the ball down. It's at centre wing. Collingwood again at the fall of the ball. Renstead, Kerrison once more onto Tony Shaw. Tony Shaw back to Krasiska. They're running in numbers. Collingwood. Here's Renstead once more. Finds Barwick. Barwick's had a great third quarter and he can kick long. Look at that for a kick. Magnificent from Doug Barwick. And a goal.
Today's game is part of the Carlton and United Breweries 1989 Premiership season.
That was the quarter that did it for the Pies. They kicked 8-8 to one straight goal of North Melbourne and finished up running out winners by 52 points. Barwick got 3 goals, Dacos, Tuddenham and Bayliss 2 each, and for North, Phil Cracker got 3 and McCarthy 3. Tony Shaw reported by 2 umpires and Gavin Krasiska reported by 1. We'll be back after the break with highlights of other matches.